Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm back here at Hyundai of Trenton to take a look at a brand new 2023 Hyundai Santa Cruz. This is the SEL all-wheel drive trim with the activity package in sage gray, which looks a bit green to me. But anyway, let's take a look at this Santa Cruz compact pickup truck, see what it brings to the market, and let's dig in. All right, the front end of this Santa Cruz, we have LED daytime running lamps, standard headlights, standard turn signals, Hyundai badge in the middle, all chromed up top on the grille, flat black along the bottom. Again, I really like the waterfall daytime running lamps. I think they look cool. They do that, I believe, on the Tucson as well. But it is a good looking front end here on this Santa Cruz SEL. Wheel and tire setup on this Santa Cruz. We have an 18-inch wheel, gloss black, silver accents. Got the 5-hole wheel, which is looking cool. Standard brake and rotor package. These wheels are wrapped in Kumho all-season tires. 245 on the width, a large 60 series sidewall, 18s, all four corners, all-wheel drive. All right, if we look at the Santa Cruz's side profile, the sage gray again looks very green to me, especially with the sun on it. We have flat black around the wheel arches and along the door sills. We do have a really good design on the Santa Cruz. I think Hyundai spent a lot of time designing this. We got that hard body line that starts in the middle of the front door and right over the top of the door handles into the rear tailgate. Gives it a good sense of motion, but overall I think the Santa Cruz is a pretty darn good looking compact pickup. If you want to call it a pickup, you can call it a recreational activity vehicle. I kind of like that better because I think that fits in more with the vibe of this vehicle. Let me know what you think in the comments. Moving closer, again we have color match on the side view mirror with LED turn signals. I like our little Santa Cruz right here on the top of the wheel arch. I think that's a cool little nugget. As we move down the door, we are flat black on the door handles, and then up top, shark fin antenna, color matched on the roof with a standard sunroof, and our fuel filler is on the left side of the vehicle. The back end of the Santa Cruz, we have LED taillights, standard turn signals. I like how they have Santa Cruz stamped into the bed of the vehicle, which I think looks good. We have flat black along the lower bumper area with step-ups on either side to get into the bed of the vehicle, and we have the all-wheel drive badge on the right side of the tailgate, Hyundai in the middle up top, and then our exhaust is tucked up underneath the right side of the vehicle. We're under the hood of the Santa Cruz, and what do we have for a power plant? It's a 2.5 liter naturally aspirated inline 4-cylinder engine mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. 191 horsepower, 181 pound-feet of torque. The Santa Cruz can tow up to 3,500 pounds. MPGs 21 in the city, 25 on the highway, 23 combined. The engine's minimum octane rating is 87, so you can run this on regular unleaded gas. All right, before we get to the interior on this Santa Cruz SEL all-wheel drive, you're going to want to know, Mike, how much does this cost? Well, MSRP for the Santa Cruz SEL all-wheel drive trim before options is $29,690. Now, option-wise on this particular vehicle, we have the sage gray paint. That's a $400 extra. We have the activity package, which is $3,120 extra. What does that activity package get you? It gets you a power sunroof, an integrated tonneau cover, adjustable C-channel cleat rail system in the bed, side roof rails, a 115-volt AC power inverter in the bed, a 10.25-inch digital dash, a wireless charging pad, LED interior lights and bed lighting, and rear sliding glass. Then you got to go $210 extra for the carpeted floor mats, and then another $55 for the cargo net envelope, and then an extra $615 for the mud guards with fender flares, $70 more for the wheel locks. After freight and delivery charges, you're looking at a total MSRP on this Santa Cruz all-wheel drive, $35,495. Starting with the footbox, nice large dead pedal brake and accelerator. Carpeted floor mats are in the back of the vehicle. Seats, we have power seats for the driver, manual assist for the front passenger, and then we have like this black cloth type material with some stitching, a couple of different designs, but it does feel a little sandpapery to the touch and not as soft as I would have thought just based on looking at it, but it's a nice looking interior. Door panels, soft touch on top, some nice silver and gloss black trim that runs the length of the door, and it's the design that's continued from the front of the dashboard into the door, which I like. We have brushed aluminum on the door handle, flat black on the switchgear, nice soft armrest on the door. Over here we do have soft touch up here, more of this brushed aluminum trim that integrates the heat and air vent over there on the side, which is nice. And then we have some hard plastic down by the glove box and a nice large glove box. Infotainment screen time, up top, 4-way hazards, 2 heat and air vents, the 8-inch Hyundai infotainment system without navigation. So all the navigation will have to come through your phone. However, we do have wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto in the 8-inch base system. If you go to the larger 10.25-inch system, then Apple CarPlay, Android Auto is wired. So that's an issue. This is the home screen. When you go into setup, you can set up your devices, Bluetooth. You got your Blue Link to access the car through your phone. You got a Wi-Fi hotspot. So you do have some touches in here, but it is the base system. We go into reverse, and we have a nice large backup camera with trajectory, nice and clear. So nice job on that. As we come down further, we do not have climate control in here. We have our standard heat and air settings. So if you want it warmer or colder, you got to adjust the dial. There's no temperature set in here. As we come down further, we have 2 USB-A's, a 12-volt and a wireless charging pad, which is a nice touch. As we come further down, here's the gear shift to go through this 8-speed automatic transmission. Down further, center diff lock, auto brake hold, cameras, hill descent control, drive mode action, key fob right here, lock, unlock, let the tailgate down. I like that feature. Panic button, remote start, nice weight, 2 cup holders. We have 3-stage heated seats for both the driver and front passenger. And then we open up the center armrest, and we have a nice area for storage in the center armrest. Hyundai steering wheel, soft touch material on the steering wheel, nice 10 and 2 notches, nice trim ring with the Hyundai badge in the middle of the horn button, which I like. I do like the silver trim around the area here, but we do have some gloss black on some of the switches. On the left, telephone and voice commands. On the right, cruise control and safety suite controls. We don't have any paddles in the Santa Cruz. On the stalks, on the left, headlight adjustments. On the right, windshield wiper adjustments. And then on the side of the dash, brighten and dim the dash, turn on your bed light, traction control off. This is a manual tilting and telescoping steering wheel. Then we come to the 10.25-inch digital instrument cluster or dashboard, which I like. We hit our drive modes, and what do we got? We have snow mode, we have normal, we have sport, everything goes red, which I like. Then we have smart, which is a combination of normal and sport, depending on how you're driving at the time. And then snow, back to snow again. So those are the modes, and I like how the dash changes. And we'll leave this in normal for the drive today. We also have a smaller display in the center where you can get other information by pushing the top left button on the right side of the steering wheel, and that can get you other information that you may need as we go down the road, which I like. Overhead console, LED lighting on the interior of the Santa Cruz. If you want the lights to come on and off when you open and close the door, this button needs to be pushed in, and then when you open the door, the lights will come on. When you close the door, the lights will dim out. Here's the control for the sunroof. However, the sunshade up top, you have to move using your hand, and then boom, open up the roof. Ooh, that sun is strong. And then close the roof back up, and then slide that back closed with your hands. Nicely done. Sun visor action with vanity. Does it slide? Yes, it does, to block out the side sun. Getting in the back seat of this Santa Cruz. I have the seat set for my driving position, so let's climb on in. All right, we're in. Knee space, pretty good, pretty good. Got some space, got enough headroom at 5'11", enough shoulder room. We have that cloth sandpapery touch material on the back. We have a seat pocket behind the driver and a seat pocket behind the front passenger. Here in the back, we don't have any command center action at all. In the back here, the Santa Fe SEL, so it doesn't look like we have any connectivity here in the back, which is a shame. And I don't see any heat and air vents, so I'm assuming they could be in the floor. As we look at the door panels, we don't have the same kind of door panel that we do in the front. If we look at the front door panel, we have that nicer trim ring that comes around the top from the dash. As we get to the back, the design is there, but the materials have just changed to just some black plastic, which I'm not a big fan of, and we're hard touch up top as well. So they did cut costs on the rear door panels of the Santa Cruz, but the seats have the same cloth material with the same design. It's just a bit sandpapery. We don't have a center armrest here in the Santa Cruz, but we do have a manual window that we can open and we can close. So if you're in the back, your cup holders are in the door right here on either side, and we do have some storage under the seat. So you pull this up and lift the seat up, and we have some storage in here. Here's our carpeted floor mats, like I mentioned earlier. You can take those out. We got some wheel locks. So each one of these seats pulls up, and you get some extra storage here in the Santa Cruz. And then to close it, you just pull it back out, set it back down. Now we come to the back bed of the Santa Cruz, and you have the tonneau cover, which I like. Very nice. Comes with the activity package. If you want to open it, you just hit the latch and slide and let it go. And boom, slides all the way up, which I like. We have some nice plastic here to protect the sides of the vehicle from anything you may be loading in or out, which I like. Come back to the tailgate, just push the button, down it goes. You can also release the tailgate from the dash like I showed you. And then we have a nice bed liner, which I really like. We got lighting here in the back, right there. And then we have some extra storage in these little cubbies. We'll open this one up. As you can see, some nice storage in there. And then on the right side cubby, right here, you open this up, and you have your home power source right there. So they got you covered for power in the back. And another light over here. We got the sliding rails with tie downs, which is nice. So it's very versatile here in the back of the Santa Cruz, which I really like. And like I showed you earlier, you got the side step. So in case you need to reach into the bed, you can put your foot there and just step right up. So that's nice. Now the size of the bed, we have a 48-inch bed. Maverick that we saw the other day had a 54-inch bed. So this is a little bit smaller, but payload is higher. Maverick payload was 1,512 pounds. Santa Cruz payload is 1,732 pounds. So even though you have a shorter bed length, you can carry a little bit more stuff in this Santa Cruz pickup or recreational activity truck vehicle. Let me know what you guys think is the right term based on the vibe of this Santa Cruz. Here is the window sticker for this 2023 Santa Cruz SEL all-wheel drive. So feel free to pause the video, zoom in, check out everything that's optioned into the Santa Cruz. And now let's take her out for a spin. All right, we are driving this 2023 Hyundai Santa Cruz SEL all-wheel drive with the activity package. And the first thing is, this is not a pickup truck. So I want to be clear about this before we start. Might have done that a couple of times when I did the exterior. It is not. It's not classified as a pickup truck. Hyundai officially classifies this as an activity vehicle. Even though it does have the bed, this is basically a Hyundai Tucson SUV with a bed on it. And so that's where we are with the Santa Cruz. It's an activity vehicle. Take it to the beach, take it to the mountains, put some bikes in it, put this in it, whatever fits your lifestyle. That's what Hyundai wants to bring to the Santa Cruz. So it's more of a lifestyle vehicle than a utilitarian work pickup truck like we saw in the Maverick on the last review. And these are going to come out back to back, Maverick first and this Santa Cruz next. Now, I purposely went for the lowest priced Santa Cruz I could find on the lot, because the Maverick was about $27K. This is $35. This is the cheapest one I could find in stock here at Hyundai of Trenton to do the comparison. But we're going to do an emergency stop to start the drive off from a little over 40, 3, 2, 1. Perfect, nice and linear, no pulling the wheel. Nicely done. And now we take off. This naturally aspirated inline 4, plenty of power here in the Santa Cruz. I don't feel like I'm wanting for power at all in this vehicle, so that's nice. I mean, it's not fast by any stretch of the imagination, so don't get me wrong there, but it gets the vehicle up to speed, and it's competent. And the naturally aspirated power, you don't have to wait around for the turbos to kick in. It just is going to bebop down the road nice and easily, which I like. So visibility out the front, no problem. Easy to get to all of my controls, whether it's on the infotainment screen or on the center console here. No problem. I like the digital dash readouts. It's very simple to read. It's got all your safety suite stuff. It's got your blind spot monitoring, cross traffic alert, lane keep assist. All that good jazz is in this Santa Cruz. And it drives well. It rides well. Because, you know, it doesn't ride like a truck like the Maverick did. The Maverick is a pickup truck. Even though it's a teeny one, it's a pickup truck. So they both serve two very different purposes. And so when people try to compare these vehicles, I just don't think you can, because it's like apples to oranges. You have an activity vehicle for your lifestyle, for fun, for getting you out into the open outdoors, and having the versatility of a bed in the back in case you need to go down to Home Depot or Lowe's or wherever you're going to pick up some stuff and throw it in the bed. Versus a compact pickup truck that is trying to bring that pickup truck vibe, that utilitarian vibe, to someone who doesn't need an F-150 or a Ranger, but they still want the pickup truck. So big difference, and I just don't think it would be fair to either one to try to say this one's better than that one, because the missions of the vehicles are so very different, and each one does its mission very, very well. So it all depends on what you need for you. Whether you need a pickup that you're gonna take to work and it's going to be a work truck for some reason, whether it's deliveries or whether it's construction or whether it's you're a handyman, whatever it is, or you want something that's going to bring this lifestyle vibe. So official classification from Hyundai, activity vehicle, not recreational activity vehicle, but activity vehicle. And I think they hit it right on the head with this. Price point on the Santa Cruz is a bit higher than the Maverick. There's no doubt about that, but there's a lot more stuff in here. So I like them both quite a bit, but it all depends on what you're looking for in your lifestyle and what you want. I've harped on that, so I'm going to end that there. I like the ride. I like the handling of this Santa Cruz. I like the back seats. I like the storage under the back seats. And I like with this SEL all-wheel drive activity package, you get some extra goodies, right? I like the heated seats. I like the wireless charging pad. I like the fact that I have my wireless CarPlay and Android Auto, and I can get my directions through my phone. Don't need the nav. And I like that the fact that this 8-inch display is integrated into the dashboard rather than stuck on like an iPad. I like that better. So there's a lot of things to like about this Santa Cruz. And it's at a lower price point than the Limited that we did a few months ago, which was well over $40,000. I think then you're really kind of pushing the Santa Cruz at over $40,000. I think this is a really good place to be in the Santa Cruz lineup with this SEL all-wheel drive with the activity pack at just under $36K. I think that's a good spot to be in the lineup here. And I would say this could definitely be the sweet spot in the Santa Cruz trim level for what you need and what you get. And I love this sage gray color. It's not gray, it's green, but they call it sage gray. It's a $400 ad, and I think that's not that much money to add a pretty cool color onto this Santa Cruz. And if I've said Santa Fe, excuse me, but they're so darn similar, so darn similar in spec and in name. It's easy to confuse the two when you're blabbing on like me in this review. Now, let me know what you guys think about the Santa Cruz. If you own one, how are you using it? What attracted you to buy one over, let's say, a pickup truck like a Ranger or a Maverick or something like that? And if you're comparing this, or if you're looking at a Santa Cruz, what are you looking for? Would this fit your needs, or do you need to go in a different direction? Let me know what you think in the comments. I would like to thank Hyundai of Trenton for allowing the channel access to this 2023 Santa Cruz SEL all-wheel drive for review this morning. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing and turning on that notification bell so you'll never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.